Good morning, class of 2015. I am Dr. Ann Brill, Dean of the William Allen White School of Journalism and Mass Communications, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our graduation recognition ceremony. I would especially like to welcome our students, their parents, friends, and other family members here today. In addition, with us this morning, representing the KU administration is Dr. Sarah Rosen, Senior Vice Provost for Academic Affairs. Our speaker and guest this morning is Brian Bracco, and I will say more about Brian in a few minutes. On stage also are members of the Journalism School faculty and staff and graduate students who will receive their ceremonial hoods. It is a tradition to begin this ceremony with a disclaimer that the Journalism School did not choose this time of day. As we outgrew another auditorium, we were offered the greater seating capacity of the Lead Center, with the understanding that we'd take this early morning slot. But the good news is you all found a parking spot, and as your students will tell you, that's a real achievement here at KU. Class of 2015. You have been through an amazing time here at KU. From the day you walked up the hill, you've been moving upward each semester. And tomorrow, you will walk down that hill. You know the Kansas State motto is ad astra per aspera, or through hardship to the stars. To the stars. And yes, we hope that is where you are headed. As Theodore Roosevelt wrote, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. And speaking of stars, well, you know we all are. Today, you join the roughly 40% of working-aged Americans with a college degree. And according to U.S. Census data, that means your income will be almost twice that of high school graduates, culminating in an extra $1.2 million by the time you retire. I hope you also find encouragement in the most recent employment data from the KU School of Journalism. 81% of our graduates found employment within their field within 6 months of graduation. And that's a fact verified by 2 independent surveys of graduates. So Melissa, Ben, Sarah, Brendan, Kyle, Joseph, Natalie, Andrew, Megan, Michael, Kelsey, Catherine, Alex, and all the rest of you, get a job. We know you can do it. And in case you haven't already gotten enough advice during your time here in the school, I asked the faculty for some suggestions. So from Barbara Barnett, graduation is a lot like going to Oz. You are entering a world that is both beautiful and terrifying. There are strange sights and fascinating adventures. You need intelligence, love, and courage to navigate the road ahead. You need friends to help you, and you need some really cool shoes. Mugarjana agreed that if you keep your eyes on your goals and believe in yourself, you can succeed. His advice also is to find good traveling companions in your life's journey. And Scott Reinerty encourages you to hug your parents and others, always, and especially today. They will agree. It's been a long 4 or more years. Himjin Xiao says, I hope you imagine yourself as you would like to be and persistently take steps toward your goals. It may sometimes seem too difficult and unachievable, but I know, based on personal experience, that as long as you don't give up, you have a good chance of succeeding. And Carol Holstead, as you know, follows her own advice. Laugh out loud every single day. It will make you happier and healthier and better at whatever you do. Dan McCarthy says, tell people your dreams, not the ones you had last night, but the ones you've had your whole life. And that's what Jamie Johnson says too. If you dare to dream a better dream, a sweeter dream, you can accomplish anything. Doug Ward encourages you to choose your words carefully, spell them correctly, and punctuate. And always practical, Doug also encourages you to sleep occasionally. It's important, really. Chuck Marsh agrees. Sometimes you just have to unplug from your smartphones, iPads, iPods, and just think. And in addition to dreaming and sleeping, Jimmy Gentry wanted me to remind you to take risks. Then you won't wonder at some point in your life, what could I have done? Could I have done something cool? And finally, advice from someone who is sort of graduating himself this month. Bob Basso wanted me to remind you to keep in touch. Life moves pretty fast, according to Bob. We back here at the J School want to know where you are and how you're doing. And Bob, as you retire this year, please follow your own advice to keep in touch. Class of 2015, wherever you go and whatever you do, we hope you'll always remember that you are Jayhawk journalists, graduates of this school. And there are 3 characteristics of being a member of this elite group: skills, passion, and integrity. Skills. We have taught you about writing, reporting, research, and how to plan and execute a strategic campaign. Passion. We hope that you leave this school, this university, with the drive to be the very best PR practitioner, advertising practitioner, award-winning reporter, web designer, or owner of your own business. And you do it all for the love of the craft of journalism. And integrity. We hope that you always practice your craft with the highest ethical standards. And we hope you live your lives with those same standards of integrity. Skills, passion, and integrity. And that brings me to our speaker this morning. Let me tell you just a little bit about him. Brian Bracco is a 1973 graduate of this school. He's a Chicago native, and on campus he was a member of the Delta Upsilon fraternity. His broadcast career spans more than 40 years. He began his career in Wichita, where he was a reporter, producer, and anchor. And from Wichita, he moved to Columbus, Ohio, and eventually into management as an editor, producer, and assistant news director. In his early 30s, he became the news director in Birmingham, Alabama. He later returned to Columbia as news director and then back to Kansas City in the same capacity. In Kansas City, he, along with others, helped turn the ABC station from worst to first place in the ratings. The station remained the top-rated news organization for more than a decade. And in 1999, he became corporate vice president of news for Hearst Television. In his senior role, he was in charge of 26 television stations with offices in Kansas City and New York. He also was in charge of marketing and digital news gathering. And after 25 years with Hearst, Brian became vice president and general manager of the Scripps stations in Kansas City. He now runs KSHB-TV, the NBC affiliate, and KMCI-TV 38, The Spot, along with 5 other digital channels, 7 stations in all. And along the way, his teams have been honored with national awards, including Emmys, Edward R. Murrow Awards for Best Newscast, and the Columbia DuPont Award for Investigative Reporting. He is the president-elect of the William Allen White Board of Trustees. But he says, without a doubt, his biggest achievement and the most important things in his life are his family, his 40-year marriage to another KU grad, Sarah Wallace Bracco, along with his 2 sons and 4 grandchildren. Please join me in welcoming Brian Bracco.
Thank you. Good luck. Thank you, Dean Brill, and to all the professors who got up early this morning to honor students by being there for them today. I suspect it's early enough that some of the students, this is the earliest they've been up all semester. As one professor said, maybe in 4 years. Good morning. Before we get started, I would like all the soon-to-be grads to stand up. Close your eyes for a moment and take time to think about your college years. All the effort, sleepless nights, the money, the sacrifices it took to get to this moment. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? It's your parents, your loved ones, your friends who are here to honor you today. How about you do this? Turn around and give them a round of applause. Congratulations on your big day. Today, you will receive a diploma from the William Allen White School of Journalism and Mass Communications. I'm biased, but I think it's the best degree on campus. These fine professors and advisors have prepared you not only for a career in journalism, but I think for life. Here's why. You've learned critical thinking. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. You've learned how to make big decisions. They're called deadlines. You've learned ethics, our First Amendment, and doing the right thing. And most importantly, you've learned how to communicate effectively your thoughts and ideas on multiple platforms. You are prepared to tackle life. Congratulations. So I have a little story to tell. When Dean Brill asked me to speak to you this morning, I was honored and excited. Since I was going to speak to a room full of millennials, I thought I would ask my 2 millennial sons some topics I should speak to you so that I could connect with you. Here's how the conversation went. Hey guys, I'm going to be the commencement speaker at the KU Journalism School. Son number 1. Really, Dad? Son number 2, don't. Why not? Son number 1, you're old. Son number 2, they don't really care what you have to say. Well, I'm going to speak anyway. Son number 1, keep it short. Son number 2, keep it really short, Dad. I love my sons. And I know they're really giving me good advice. So with really, Dad, don't, you are old, we don't care, keep it short, really short, dancing in my head, I plan to be really brief. So as you leave today, I hope you will take the letters P and C with you. As Dean Brill said, P stands for passion. Your professors and parents can teach you many things about life, but they cannot teach you passion. Please find your passion in life. All the great leaders that I have met or studied have that one quality, passion. Think of your mentors, your favorite professors, or people you admire. I suspect it's their passion that makes them special. I have interviewed hundreds of millennials, and you know what? It's the ones with passion who are working with me now. C, it stands for change. Change is the only constant in our life. Today you will leave here no longer a student. That's change. Ben Franklin said in 1789, in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. I happen to disagree with Ben. By the way, he was old. I think the only thing certain in life is change. Death and taxes happens to be part of that change. As millennials, you understand change more so than anybody else. A recent Forbes article said 91% of the millennials expect to stay in a job less than 3 years. Less than 3 years. That means you could have between 15 and 20 jobs over the course of your working lives. As I look around, I look at the parents, they're rolling their eyes in their heads right now. So as you leave today, be PC. Have passion and embrace all the changes that are coming your way. And finally, I would like to leave you with part of a poem. It was given to me by my father when I was 16 years old. It's in my office today, and I read it often, and I think it pertains to you folks. It's Rudyard Kipling's If. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt, but make allowances for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about and don't deal in lies, or be hated and don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dream your masters, if you can think and not make thoughts your aims, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those imposters just the same, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you will be a University of Kansas grad. Thank you, good luck, God bless, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Are you ready? Thank you, Brian. Joining me on stage now are Chris Bacon, who will read the names of the graduates, and Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, Tom Volek, who will present a doctoral hood to Nathan Rodriguez. Nate is the school's first ever doctoral degree candidate, graduating a year ahead of his classmates. Congratulations, Nate. Now joining me on stage are Associate Dean for Graduate Studies Scott Reinerty and KU Edwards Campus Coordinator Kelly Crane, who will hood the master's degree candidates. I will congratulate the graduates and present them with a keepsake. And following the graduate hooding ceremony, Doug Ward, News Information Chair, and Carrie Benson, Strategic Communication Chair, will join me in congratulating our undergraduates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Journalism.
Christine Therese Falk. Meg Ralph. Irene Merritt. Lainey Decker. Matt Johnson. Timothy Luisi. Allison Kidd. Wendy Noel Adams. Emily Sharp. Joshua J. Williamson. Kellen Ashford. Reed Mueller. Suzanne Cole. Kelly Bunting. Abby Davenport. Sarah Scroggins. Ahmed Muidi. Justin John Henning. Zach Beasley. Matthew Moriarty.
Would the candidates for Bachelor of Science in Journalism please come forward?
Michael Garrett. Darby Evans. Sarah Anise.
Thank you.
Ellen Beatrice Tretbar. Markeisha Q. Wright. Austin Karp. Kelsey Mosher. Jacqueline Tessa Renee Miller. Trevor Otterstein. Mackenzie Morehouse. Jessica Whalen. Maggie Alfs. Corbin Mihalik. Robert Pyatt. Sierra Upton. Jacqueline Langdon. Kathleen Gerber. Marissa Kaufman. Catherine Simons. Natalie Austin.
Yeah, Natalie!
Alexa Lubel. Elise Davison. Hannah Cheney. Elizabeth Hireman. Taylor Kaufman. Kendall Summers. Jessica Paige Perchonic. Jonathan Rosa. Julia Johnston. Danielle Brady. Cassidy Corcoran. Rachel Elaine Logsden. Michael Hunting. Lauren Longbine. Kenzie J. Ryan Tasker. Natalie Garrettson. Brittany Birkland. Katie Stone. Brooklyn Barnes. Lingyu Liu. Sinwai Wang. King Yu. Shiyang Wang. Yuan Zheng. Christina Carrera. Jack Esberg.
Jackson?
Jackson Long. Tom Whitler. Evan Nelson. Scott Widener. Zachary Carnahan. Jackson Beal. Nicholas Dodson. Elizabeth Urker. Lauren Christine Relihan. Sarah Marie Lipson. Thank you, Doug. Mitchell Whitman. Kelsey Jennings. Jennifer Helen Salva. Zachary Chapman Nass. Kylan Whitmer. Kelsey Luster. Emily Stewart. Natalie Parker. Kristen Elizabeth Hayes. Jasmine Isle. Christine Stanwood. Abigail Melgren. Hannah Hall. Emma Kerwin. Carissa Sanders. Anna West. Lauren Hamilton. Callan Riley. Elise Reuter. Allison Hammond. Amy Fulmer. He had to do that. Thomas Hoppo. Josh Kurlak. Paige Gallman. Grace Jordan. Kayla Finks. Taylor Bellis. Rochelle Valverde. Amanda Belford. Samantha Darling. Paul Nero. Yeah, I did. Mackenzie Clark. Derek Allen Skillett. Laura Fagan. Sarah Kramer. Nikki Bisht. Kendall Alexander. William Silk. Michael Shaw. Brent Burford. Andy McConnell. Brian Pratt. Andrew David Shepard. Novelli. Anastasia Novelli. Matthew Koval. Annie Arendis. Demi Stevens. Hogue. Bridget Hogue. Paige Barno. Rachel Kelsey. Sarah Charlotte Lamphere. Jamie Koziel. Margaret Westervelt. Jordan Marie Johnson. Lee Searcy. Morgan Saeed. Nikki Coppers. Courtney Taylor Lichtenberger. Lee Lytle. Caitlin Johnson. Margaret Rossiter. Madeline Davis. Megan Dolan. Carolyn Johnson. Catherine Wechter. Natasha Johnson. Veronica Soto. Nam. Jen Nam. Victoria Kirk. Whitney Burnett. Andrew Curtis. Paul Christopher Pierce II. Christopher Michael Hibble. Dylan Gelbach. Julie Megan Etzler. Madeline Elizabeth Ballou. Brittany Thiesing. Zoe Routh. Heidi Trotman. Chad Schugert. Tabitha Bender. Morgan Barrett. Dakota Dees. Chase McElhaney. Nicole McGrew. Could you pronounce that for me, please? Okay. And what's your last name? Okay. Shaneri Okoronkwo. Lauren Sauty. Cassie Brown. Gotcha. Nathan Bartocci. Christina Rudolph. Catherine Watson. Alexander West. Stephen James Mott. Tierney Degelman. Kylie Quint. Chelsea Jones. Emily Elizabeth Ward. Hallie Woods. Erica Reels. Catherine Gilbaugh. Lauren Goldstein. Megan Green. Jessica Mitchell. Casey Flowers. Mark Arcee. Jordan Fox. Emily Brown. Caitlin Klein. Heather Nelson. Silas May. Alex Yauman. Kristen Polizzi. Amy Wayland. Caitlin DeYoung. Alexandra Milevsky. Austin Fisher. Alec Lon Weaver. Sierra Glasscock. Paige Lytle. Madison Schultz. Stephanie Bickle. Hannah Christine Barling. Blair Shade. Danielle Starr. Casey Hutchins. Ashley Booker. Amelia Arvison. Tara Bryant. Samuel Nagorny. Samuel Jackson. Haley Hedge. Kelsey Stoskoff. Megan Hazelwood. Monica Marie Wynn. Matthew Hartman. Zachary Glassberg. Alyssa Lindblom. Samantha Holden. Mari? Okay. Mari Geary. Haley DeMelli. Ashley Peralta. Kendall Blakeman. Lauren Jane Bollinger. Selby Cohen. Andrew Crystal. Kyle Ostrowski. Congrats, man. Justin Christian. Erica Jackson. Drew Parks. Erica Kuster-Steffen.
There they are, KU School of Journalism class of 2015. Please join me in congratulating them. And just a few announcements. Tomorrow we invite you to join the University of Kansas graduation with the traditional walk down the hill. Just a reminder that the ceremony begins at 10:30. Immediately following this ceremony, you are all invited to the Clarkson Gallery in the Stauffer Flint Hall for a nice reception. Those on the stage will depart immediately after the singing of the alma mater. The rest of you, please wait here until we do so. So please stand now for the singing of the alma mater, led by that infamous School of Journalism quartet, Professors Bob Basso, Carrie Benson, Carol Holstead, and Janet Rose.